Sorry. Hey guys, welcome back to the playthrough. We're at Jacoby's house, the city administrator, who is in the plaza besides this house practicing his speech to protest against some grave repositions of dead people, like their graves, who they're being relocated. He is one of several guys that we found a clue on in the tattoo parlor as part of the main quest line in our hunt for a certain twin-bladed knife that we can use to kill the outsider with in our bid to assist our former mentor Dot with assassinating the outsider. The clue we found was that this Jacoby guy, as well as the very famous singer Sean Yoon, and also somebody else going by the initials DM, were all tattooed with a certain eyeless gang mark. And our objective is actually to get inside that eyeless gang to find the location actually of that twin-bladed knife. And that is why we are also here in Jacoby's house to see if we can get any clue on the location of that knife. The Sean Yoon guy is also marked as a possible lead, but we already went into his house while exploring during the contract of kidnapping the bartender. We actually went a bit out of our way and ended up in his house. And already explored the place, so that is a bit lower on our priority list. It could well be that because of the main storyline now being triggered, that some clue pops up in that location. We can see after we have explored Jacoby's house. But that would be a bit awkward. If nothing new pops up, then I can pretty certainly say that we explored his house of Sean Yoon very thoroughly, and there is not anything left to find for us there. The loot that was there we already picked up. So that's also what I previously commented on. It's a bit hard to do you follow the main objective and thereby running the risk of completing the level without completing all the side objectives, or do you first do all the side contracts and then only go with the main storyline, so that you're more sure that you will have seen everything. It's a bit hard, because that latter approach is of course the more complete approach, but on the other hand it can cause, like what happens now, that you already discover and explore a whole location. Well, it was actually a part of the main storyline, so there will be some repetition then. If we have to, for instance, now go back again to Sean Yoon's house. I gave it some thought. I don't think there is one really correct way. It's just go as much as possible to keep eyes wide open, ears wide open, to try to get the most logical way forward. Maybe it's a bit confusing what I'm trying to say. Maybe I'm not getting it over well, but I hope you understand. If you only follow the main quest line, then you do run the risk that you miss out on maybe some free exploration areas, or even whole side contracts. But maybe what I did in this part is a bit too extreme, like only focusing on the contracts before starting any of the main storyline. So going forward, maybe I will have a bit more balanced approach. This is the city administrator, and actually because I already was here, I think, and then the recording didn't went very well. There was a note on here saying that this is the Jacoby residence, that he is out at the plaza practicing his speech. And I actually thought I loaded the level before taking that note, but apparently I already took it. And there was also a woman. Let's see. That's the top one. City Administrator Ivan Jacobi plans to deliver a political speech to the citizens of Upper Syria tonight. He is currently rehearsing in Colibron Plaza. Then there was also something else, or that's maybe under lore it is. Yeah, I'm speaking out, this was the note on the door. I'm speaking out against regraving at Colibron Plaza today, so I won't be in my office. Please ask Eloise for assistance in my stead, Ivan Jacobi. So that's the woman I meant. Eloise is probably also around to maybe progress us further into the story. If we go to mission, you can also have a detailed description. Enter Ivan Jacobi's office. Ivan Jacobi's study is located on Varela Way in the Upper Syria district. Go there to find out more. Now we are now in front of his door, but that's locked. Steal the office key. Ivan Jacobi's office is locked and he is keeping the key on his person. That is in the square where he is now rehearsing, of course. The door is locked, as you can see. What you also can see here is with mission clues. I was really in the last part contemplating on whether to take justice in my own hand with regard to the taxidermist lady who kidnapped citizens from the street to feed them to blood flies. I think in order to be able to grow the blood flies and then to stuff them as a stuffed animal. That's of course super cruel. We did kill the blood flies. We rescued one of the captured citizens who was about to be fed, but we let her live, and I was really doubting whether to take the right into her own hands and kill her off. For now I didn't do it. Maybe I was like, okay, in the next part of the game we maybe will get some clue that we do that's better to do it. Then I will return and finish the job. But at that moment in the previous part I just felt not comfortable slicing her throat on our own. But now when I just went through the mission clues, I saw that second one, a cry for help. Someone in the Upper Syria district appears to be in grave danger. You found their frantic notes in the streets, not far from the taxidermist office. These notes we read, but we actually found those notes in the cellar where the blood flies were and the people were being captured, so not on the street. But that's maybe a bit of a bug. But let's assume that the proper location would have been in the street as like a hint. Or maybe there are also notes in the street. Maybe that cellar had like a little window outside to the gutter in the streets, and that's because we found some of those notes in the cellar. Maybe there were also some outside the cellar thrown up by the prisoner as a cry for help for anybody walking the streets. That does give me more comfort actually, that there are people who are really being held against their will, like hostages or kidnapped, being having like this desperate cry for help to get them out of their misery, rescue them. Gives me more comfort actually going back to that woman and just let her pay for all the torment that and bloodshed that is on her conscience, that was by her hands. So probably even if I don't find any direct hint in the main storyline, like go kill the taxidermist, maybe I will go back on my own initiative in the end and finish the job. Because it's at least kills run as possible, But yeah, I'm not really sure whether this is an unavoidable kill. This is really someone that has it coming to her, like having killed multiple citizens in the most gruesome way, like being eaten alive by insects. So yeah, so this little note here, acquire for help, really yeah, makes it easier for me to take the matters into our own hands. Unless, of course, in the end it appears that she has been forced to do so by the outsider or whatever, that she has some kind of exculpatory circumstance, but I doubt it. Okay, again, very long talking, sorry. Let's go. This is closed. Let's go to the square where he is practicing his stuff. That is right over here. This is the square. I was already here a couple of parts ago. Hunkering down here. Yeah, checking when I was just checking out the level. And yeah, here you really don't come much further, because there are some 5 guards on the square with Mr. Jacoby in the middle on the podium practicing his speech. So we really have to take the high route, and let's do it. There's of course a guard. There's another one. The 2 are already over there. But let's see if we can get up there now. Yes, we can. Okay, so we had 2 guards there. 3, 4, 5, and Mr. Jacoby. And Mr. Jacoby is also standing on like this hedge. And he was commenting on that it should really remain closed. So that's probably an environmental object that we can use to our advantage, by having him be separated from the guards to get the key to his office. But I'm not sure whether he will survive the fall, so I don't want to needlessly kill him. So it's not sure whether we can use it. I will show you with foresight what it looks like. You see here indeed some piping going down to a cellar and to that hedge. So that is that. I think we have to take out the guards anyways, because we want to of course explore this area for goodies. And I think this house, there's also a door at the front, but it's closed. This house is, I think, probably the access to the cellar, where we can let Mr. Jacoby drop down.
Every time we destroy a grave and erase a name from our cemeteries, a silent scream resounds through the void. Would you want your loved ones? No, that's not it. Perhaps I should tell the story about Martin O'Mara's
Right. Who saw us?
Who are you?
God damn it. That's also something I can mention. Is that it's pretty cool. The voice may be cut out with the transition from the loading screen to the game. What is pretty cool is that you are also observable if you are above the enemy. That's because we are playing on very hard difficulty. Normally in the game you are not detectable when you are above the enemy, but you are if you're playing it on very hard. Which is actually, I think, find more immersive. Okay, let's save. Yeah, so that guy is now running away. That's good.
What's going on? Better check. What?
You see, that's only because I'm standing and moving one step they hear me. You really have to keep in the crouched position. So let's try again, and we can take out the woman that was the guard, but down below.
Audience might think it's in poor taste. Spooky story.
The other guy was gone. Yes, here we go.
Sinister.
Oh damn, I think I pressed the wrong button. That was stupid.
Might think it's in poor taste. Spooky story.
Here we go.
The knocker at the window. She's sinister. Now, thinking. Citizens of Karnaca.
Karnaca.
Dear citizens of Karnaca. Beloved citizens of Karnaca. Idiots. I even think.
Okay. One down.
The dead are being moved. The wandering spirits are watching us, citizens of Karnaca.
Yeah, I think...
Scare the audience.
Yes, there it is. There's a bone charm here.
I'm here today to demand...
Let's see what it does. And also see which one... Elixirs restored slightly more health. We can change that one. We never use elixirs. Spring Racer, eliminating, grenades, more damage, wolfhounds, no smell, maximum health, enemy pistols, misfiring, semblance. This is the one, the new one. I think it's a good one. Semblance drains less void energy. Because our run is more of stealthiness, less on full out battle. So we do need our powers to be as efficient as possible.
Would you want your loved ones to... No, that's not it. Craving disrespect.
My fellow Karnaca, citizens of Karnaca, I'm here today to ask, insist on, demand the amendment, repeal of the Reappropriation of Abandoned Burials and Gravesites Act. Regraving disrespects the dead, regraving disrespect to the deceased and shames also all of us. Regraving disrespects to the deceased and shames the living. Pause for applause here. Higher applauders. Would you want your dear grandmother, would you want your beloved, would you want your loved ones to... Who knows what the dead want? Their silenced voices scream. I know not what the death. We know not what the death require, want, need. We cannot help but be moved by the fate. We cannot help but be moved by the flight of the corpses. Cadavers, bodies, remains. Set reservation at Collibron Plaza. Rain date, done. Winstead, coat from tailor. No puckered seams this time, done. Haircut, Red Camellia, done. New shoes, done. These are Mr. Jacoby's first draft, so apparently he's really busy with preparing the speech of the century.
Thanks the deceased and shames the feeling. Graving disrespects.
And what I find funny is that his deadly raid at the Albarca raid on it's we already read that. That his cause of not regraving, and that would hurt the rest of the deceased. Is actually a pretty noble cause, but somehow, I don't know why, but I have the idea that he is not really being sincere, that there is some ulterior motive with protecting, so yeah, between brackets, or so-called protecting, yeah, that cause. But we will see. Maybe he's a good guy, I don't know. Here, this is, and he also doesn't look that too,
sympathetic mood.
Yeah, nah, I don't know, he looks pretty neutral. I wanted to say he doesn't look too noble or too bona fide, but yeah, on the other hand he could be.
Spooky story. The knocker at the window.
Somehow I have just this stupid, simple feeling like he's a politician, so can be trusted. But yeah, that's of course not always the case.
Beloved citizens of Karnaca.
Here, by the way, you see the cellar. This is, yeah, there's some room down below.
The dead are
and the question is, of course, we are now here, but how the hell do we get away from here? That's a bit of the question.
Oh, that might scare the audience.
But let's just see.
I'm here today to demand the repeal of the Reappropriation of Abandoned Burials and Gravesites Act.
Okay, you see, we have to take out the guards anyways because we want to read that poster.
You want your loved ones to No, that's not it.
There's maybe also something there behind that little wall.
The deceased and shames. Where's Winstead with those papers?
Okay, let's just go there.
Bring the coat. Stealthy. Graving. Terrible thing with graving. Wait. I think I have it. Citizens of Karnaca. We're here today.
Okay, but we are in full sight, I think, wherever we want to go
Every
now.
time we destroy a grave and erase a name from our
There is a
cemeteries,
guard.
a silent scream resounds through the void. Would you want your loved ones?
There we have 2 guards who are really overlooking the square. So, but there's a balcony door open. So, yeah, we actually should have gone there from the very start while we were still on that piping. But yeah, it's a little bit late for that now, so we have to find an alternative route. Let's just save, because I'm sure this will go bonkers. Or I don't know exactly what that means, but it sounds cool to say. It goes bonkers.
The knocker at the window.
Let's see if that guy is looking at our direction. No, he's not. So let's go there.
Citizens of Karnaca. Beloved citizens of Karnaca.
Okay, can we get on top? Not really.
The dead are being moved.
We can get there, but
The
that's
wandering
only
spirits are
possible
watching us, citizens of
if
Karnaca.
that guy is not in our direction. Is he?
Scare the audience.
No, he's not.
Citizens of Karnaca. I'm here today
We
to
can
demand
also
the
lure a guard here. But yeah, then he will see us, I guess.
creation of abandoned
I would
burials
say
and
so.
grave sites act.
First,
Removing
let's get
disrespect
into
to
the...
deceased and shames the living. Would you want your loved ones to
Get upstairs.
Removing disrespects the deceased and shames that
But this could be a good place to lure somebody. Although we don't really have like a bottle to throw there. Anywho, let's get into the house first. No, but I do want to check out the square as well. So even if we find from that Eloise lady or something who may be there, we find the key to his house, we still have to also take out these dudes. So, but how to go about it? It's quite difficult. Yeah. What can we do? They are inside each other's field of view. The carpenter guy is also not alone. The guy over there also is not. We could maybe get that guy if we get down below. Ah, that's of course the entrance to the basement, I guess. Let's check that out. And then we can lure him down there and we can get him.
Scare the audience. Citizens of Karnaca, I'm here today to demand the repeal of the reappropriation of abandoned burials and grave sites act. Regraving disrespects the deceased and shames the
Okay,
living.
this is the house. We will check it out
You want your
later.
loved ones to... No, that's not it.
And what I wanted to do is when he goes away,
Graving disrespects the deceased and
then
shames...
if we go there, we are behind the pillar, out of view of those guys. And then we go down and we will lure him down there. Here he goes. Let's save the game.
Wait. I think I have it. Citizens of Karnaca, we're here
Okay,
today to
he's
speak
gone
for
far
those
enough.
whose voices are gone from us. Every time we destroy a grave and erase a name from our cemeteries, a silent scream resounds through the void. Would you want your loved ones? No,
Okay, that I thought. Yeah, there's some electrical stuff going on.
Their shroud, a tearjerker, that one. Everyone
Dunwall brand whiskey.
joke about the false
Whiskey at its best.
Scratch that. Jokes about the dead are too
God damn,
risky.
there's a guard over there.
The audience might think it's in poor taste. Spooky story. The knocker at the window.
Okay, damn, he's gonna see us. Let that be clear.
Now, my thinking. Citizen.
So let's No, but I don't even want to be... Even if I can take him out, then he will spot us. And that's not cool. We already have so many spottings. We have, yeah, one spotting, but it's actually one too many.
Dear citizens of Karnaca, beloved citizens of Karnaca. Ah! Think, Ivan, think. The dead.
Is he coming or not?
Dead are being moved. The wandering spirits are watching us, citizens of Karnaca. Oh, that might scare the audience. Citizens of Karnaca.
He did run
I'm here
off.
today to demand the repeal of the Reappropriation of Abandoned Burials and Grave Sites Act. Regraving disrespects the deceased and shames the living. Would you want your loved ones to... no, that's not it. Regraving disrespects the deceased and shames the... no, more feeling. Regraving disrespects the...
Let's just electrify him.
James... Where's Winstead with those papers? I should give him my house key when he gets here so he can bring me another coat. This one's filthy. Regraving.
Come on, bro.
Regraving. Terrible thing. Regraving. Wait. I think I have it. Citizens of Karnaca, we're here today to speak for those whose voices are gone from us. Every time we destroy a erase a name from our cemeteries, a silent scream resounds through the void. Would you want your loved ones... No, that's not it either. Perhaps I should start my story about Mark Malaro's threadbare shroud. A tearjerker, that one. I put everyone in a sympathetic mood.
Safety fire lamps. Best quality guaranteed Karnaca made. Approved by the mines department.
The audience might think it's in poor taste. Or that spooky story. The knocker at the window.
Cool level of detail, like the light bulb having actually some wiring in it.
Citizens of Karnaca.
If I see
Dear
it right,
citizens of Karnaca. Beloved citizens of Karnaca. Ah! Think, Ivan, think. The dead. The dead are being moved. The wandering spirits are watching us, citizens of Karnaca. Oh, that might scare the audience. Citizens of Karnaca, I'm here today to demand the repeal of the reappropriation of abandoned burials and grave
This
sites
also
act,
looks like some kind of stove.
disrespects the deceased and shames the living.
Pressure
You
cylinder
want your loved
for
ones to-
whatever purpose.
No, that's not it. Graving disrespects the deceased and shames the... no, more feeling. Graving disrespects the deceased
This will be
and
the
shames-
hedge. There's the hedge.
Instead with those papers. I should give him my house
So
key
he
when
will
gets here
fall
so he can
down
bring me
on
another
here.
coat.
That will not kill him.
Filthy. Regraving.
So let's just
Regraving. Wait.
use that. But then probably
Citizens of Karnaca, we're here today to speak
his
for those
buddies
whose
will
voices
also
are gone from
come
us.
running
Every
down.
time we destroy a grave and erase a name from our cemeteries, a silent scream resounds through the void. Would you want your loved ones...
What's this? This is
Perhaps I should start my story.
probably for getting into the house.
Tearjerker, that one. Put everyone in a sympathetic mood. Or maybe that joke about the false teeth. No, scratch that. Jokes about the dead.
Would be good if we can disable this one.
Spooky story. The knocker at the window. Viciously sinister. Now, thinking.
What's this?
Citizens of Karnaca. No.
A bottle machine or something?
Beloved citizens of Karnaca. Ah. The dead. The dead are
How's this? Cigars.
The wandering spirits are watching us, citizens of Karnaca.
Cannot open those.
Scare the audience. Citizens of Karnaca, I'm here today to demand the repeal of the Reappropriation of Abandoned Burials and Grave Sites Act.
Okay.
Regraving disrespects the deceased and shames
Let's just
the
see
living.
what happens.
Would you want your loved
First,
ones
let's his friends will come running in from there. So we have to hide.
Feeling. Graving disrespects the deceased and shames...
What the hell is this?
Where's Winstead with those papers? I should give him my house key when he gets here so he can bring me another coat. It's filthy.
Regular
Graving. Terrible thing. Graving.
whale oil.
Citizens
Okay.
of Karnaca, We're here today to speak for those whose voices are gone from us.
This guy
Every time we
must
destroy a
be
grave and erase a name from our cemeteries, a silent scream resounds through the
hidden?
void. Would you want your loved ones? No, that's not it either. Perhaps
I'm not sure whether this is a good place to hide in.
Shroud?
No.
Tearjerker, that one. Put everyone in a
It could be in their field of vision.
Or maybe that joke
So
about
that
the
is
false
not going
teeth.
to be it. We're just going to move him into the little cellar.
Too risky. The audience might think it's in poor taste. Spooky story.
In this little room, I think he can perfectly recuperate.
Citizens of Karnaca. No. Dear citizens of Karnaca. Beloved citizens of Karnaca.
There he is. Okay, let's just see what happens. Of course he must be standing on top of it, so we have to make sure that's the case.
The dead. The
He
dead
is.
are
Hello?
What?
Is he dead now? I had 2 deaths. Yeah, it's still 2 deaths. That's good.
Come on! I don't have time for games.
So here's Mr. Jacoby. Where's Mr. Here is here. Okay. Let's get his... Didn't we... his key should be on his person. That's what it said. Mission items. Office key. Key to Ivan Jacoby's office on Varela Way. Okay, we got it. That's good. I think it all goes pretty well to according to plan. Besides the fact that we still have to take out 4 guards. But the main objective is taken care of.
Hey, coward! Come fight face to face.
Show yourself. No use running.
Let's check if we were spotted now. I think so. Yeah. Come on, graphics, load in. There you are. Okay, they are like sleeping like babies. And I have to be a bit mindful of what those guys can see. So, now they cannot see anything. These chairs look cool. They really look like the kind of wooden, super simple chairs that we had on in primary school in the Netherlands. Come to think of them, man, were they uncomfortable. It's like sitting on a wooden beam all day long as a child. It's abuse. I'm gonna call it abuse. Okay, but let's... Whoa. Why didn't he see me? Hello, guy. I'm here.
Nothing here. Let's have a look around.
You think he's there? Around the corner? No idea. Can't we see his shit?
No, I'm sure.
Can't we see his shadow or anything? Let's use our Super Bowl. Wait till he's back. Come on, bro. By the way, I find this a good moment to save the recording. 1 second. Hey guys, welcome back. It's meanwhile a couple of hours later. And actually quite unfortunate. You will probably notice some kind of transition in the footage. It's not exactly where I was. It's yeah, more or less the same spot. But I actually got like more than an hour ahead in the game. And shit, there's a guy coming. Shit. Oh fuck, no. Don't need that. Oh. Sorry, he is coming down. Anyways, I got to a save. I loaded for where we more or less I was since the last video, but there was actually a really long video in between, and my PC crashed again. So it's such a waste because I had quite some cool commentary and some cool findings, which now has to be redone.
Just gone. Taken right from under their noses.
So actually, this is I'm starting. My gamer channel is like super new. I am going to probably have to invest in a new PC because it's for gaming it's still pretty good, but with doing stuff on the background and stuff, it's not that reliable anymore as you really need it to be. And also I had in especially part 3 and 4 of the YouTube uploads, and also 6 a bit, the audio lagged like slightly behind. And that can be specific to this game, because when I go from... I'm gonna get this guy, 1 second. Then it will be a bit more quicker, because for me, I now know this level by heart. I went pretty thoroughly through it. But when the loading screen is there and it transitions to the gameplay, the audio tends to cut out for like a couple of words even, so really 1 or 2 seconds. Maybe that has to do with the desynchronization of audio and video. Unfortunately, I really wasn't able to fix it. I tried multiple things, didn't work. It's still watchable, those videos, but of course it's not what you want. You want to have quality content. So I did notice that in the configuration audio of Windows 10, the configuration panel, the frequency was set to 44,100, while the shadow play recording was set to 48. Or at least the playback device was 48 and the recording device was 44. So that is maybe a reason, hopefully so it will be better. But it's also really hit or miss, because other videos are recording fine. So that recording, the synchronization issue is annoying, and my PC crapping out is way more annoying. But yeah, nothing to be done. I still like it enough to just hammer on forward, pretend like nothing happened. So let's just, I will replay it. Of course, a bit quicker than the initial part, because now I know what to do. There's another thing that I think I mentioned also in the part that didn't crash, like the beginning of this video, about whether or not to take matters in our own hand regarding the taxidermist lady. There was indeed some mention about in the journal about scraps of paper, like rescue me, like cries for help. Here, a cry for help, the second or the top one now. That really made it for me more easy to go back there and just finish her off, just give her what she deserves. She murdered, like in the most gruesome manner, multiple citizens, like feeding them to blood flies. There were snippets of paper, apparently, according to this entry. Someone in the Upper Sierra district appears to be in grave danger. You found their frantic notes in the streets, not far from the taxidermist office. Actually, I think I didn't find them in the street, but in the cellar themselves, in the holding cell. But in the part that crashed, I went to check it out, and there was actually a window high up in that cell that connected to the street. And indeed, in the street, there were similar notes over there. So that would be really cool if we found them in the street. That would be like a hint, like, okay, check out that basement or that taxidermist. Anyways, it's more an indication of, let's just pay her back for all the suffering that she inflicted on her community and, actually the people. But still, I'm not too sure. Just to stab her in the back. Maybe there's a slight chance she had like a valid reason. Maybe she was coerced or something into it by the outsider. You don't know. But then I also came on, I think, this one of the notes that we that were found in the street or in the cellar. Trapped in the cellar. Please, I don't want to die like this. Kill Brossenar, free us from this pit, hurry. And then I was like, okay, who's Brossenar? And actually, the taxidermist is in the shop, and probably the woman as well. She's the owner, it seems, is called Brossenar. So that's another indication that she really was the one doing it, because this is like a note from one of the victims, explicitly pointing toward Brossenar as the captor. So that's another indication, like, okay, she really has it coming for her. Then again, there is this last contract which we will combine with the main story line objective, which is going to the bank, retrieving that double-bladed sword. Because apparently that created the outsider or something, and we together with Dot are going to assassinate him with it. That objective takes place at the local bank, and this contract also takes place at the local bank. So that will be a combination of the two. That's why we didn't. We already did all the other contracts, but now we are just following the main quest objective. Instead of picking that one, this contract as a standalone one, and because we will end up in the same location anyways. So in order not to mix up or spoil anything of the main storyline, which is of course the primary story, the biggest one, I thought just to put this contract on a lower priority. But we will do that at the bank. But if you read this one, the description, it says, I work at the Loris Michaels Bank and a certain customer is tormenting me. Threatens and blackmails me, she does. So it's a she. Nails dead blood flies to my door when I don't pay. I have no idea who she works for, but if you follow her quietly, I bet she'll lead you right to them. Kill her and her business associates to earn your stipend. So it's a she, and she nails dead blood flies to my door. Now, who would have dead blood flies? She had like hundreds of blood flies in her basement. She was growing them. So that's a pretty big chance that is Brosen or Bresson or whatever the taxidermist name was. But that it's that one same woman. So it's actually really good that we didn't kill her yet. Because according to this contract, we have to follow her to see for who she's working for. So I'm pretty confident that once we get to the bank, and we are also, besides the main objective, also focus on this contract, that we will meet up again with the taxidermist lady. And at that time, we will for sure be in a position to better make a decision on whether to finish her off, or whether she maybe was coerced by her overlords or her bosses. It's just guessing on my part now. So from the scraps, I was actually thinking, we can just kill her off on her own initiative. But then I came by this contract description, and I was like, good, we didn't do that yet. Because maybe there's some small storyline attached to that lady after all. So that is what I wanted to share. I am going to put again my timer now, because I really want to save more often. Often my computer just works pretty fine, and then I'm like, okay, that crashing is the thing of the past. And then I'm recording like big chunks, and then boom, it hits you full unexpectedly back in the face, like crash to desktop or full system crash, and I lose it. So I really have to be more consistent with setting a timer and saving at regular intervals. So I am doing that now. 1 second. I will set it to, what is, yeah, let's set it, shall we do 30 minutes a piece per section? Yeah, why not? The only annoying thing of this is that, yeah, probably you will hear a timer now or then. But yeah, better a timer now or then than having to replay sections. Because what I also earlier said in the playthrough, if you replay a section, for me, I don't mind that much, but it just comes over as less. It is actually less spontaneous because I'm now aware of what is coming, and yeah, which to me that's not the intention of my playthroughs. My playthrough is actually sharing with you guys what I encounter and how I solve the obstacles that the game throws at me. Yeah, and if you have foresight or knowledge of what's up ahead, that is of course yeah, defeats that purpose of sharing it in the moment. Anyways, let's just pretend nothing happened.
I've been away. And he says,
And
but this
one
time I
moment.
really
I am just, yeah. Okay, now I wrote that down, the Brossenar, because in the meantime I also had dinner and stuff, and I uploaded the video, edited the video.
never earned those medals.
So I had to write that Brossenar down as a note.
Someone should say something.
And I wanted to check whether I indeed mentioned everything I wanted to mention. Anyways, we now have one guy down already, so that is good. Let me think how we can most quickly kill the other dudes. There is a carpenter outside. There is one lady guard we already took care of. We have the blue guy, the blue dressed guy we also took care of. I'm only now thinking who that red dude is, because this is the Jacoby guy who fell through the hatch. This red dude, it could well be that he came looking and that I downstairs, where the hatch ends up, like there's the hatch, so there they fell. It could be that he came looking and that I knocked him out, maybe off video, so then you know now, but that's actually good. So we already have 3 out of 5 persons lingering around accounted for. So I think it's best to go this way and then finish the job. Our reason for being here is Jacoby is together with Sean Yun, where in the notebook at the parlor, they are higher ups in the Eyeless gang. They may have a lead on the location of that knife. That's also, we have to investigate their premises. So from this Mr. Jacoby, we got his office key. We will return there once we clear this area, and we will check whether there's a clue. The Sean Yun, that's the local opera singer. He is also linked to the islands. We already, and I think I already mentioned that, but just to be sure, it wasn't in the deleted video, so I mention it again, if it was in there. We already fully explored his premises when we were doing the first side contract, the bartender kidnapping. We got a bit off track, or actually we were not sure if it was part of that contract, his premises, or it was something separate. Now it turns out it was something separate. It was actually part of the main quest line, but we already explored it. And I actually, in the video that crashed, I already went to Jacoby's house, and I think I know what we are looking for. It's like a painting on the wall of that knife, and that amongst others, and a note saying that it is in the safe, located in the safe in the bank, which is exactly also a similar, an equal note and an equal painting we also found in Sean Yun's house. So that is actually what I expect we had to find in Sean Yun's house. So we do not need to visit that house anymore. So we're gonna clear this area here. We're gonna go to Jacoby's house, check out the clue, and then we can continue our way to the bank to retrieve that sword. And while we're at it, we can at the bank also dig into that last side contract that we have with the workplace harassment, with the employee that is being blackmailed by some lady who leaves blood flies over there, and that is probably the taxidermist lady. So that's where we are. Now you're fully up to speed. And first I dropped every guy here, but now I dropped them over there, because in the previous part a guard did came in here, and I just don't want them to discover any bodies sleeping people. Save just to be sure. And here we go. Nobody here. This is an easy way to get back on top, because we were down below. This is a doorway. In my previous playthrough, which crashed, a guy did came down the stairs, so I'm not sure whether that's the case now as well. Anyways, this is just the street where we actually entered the plaza. This door was locked from the outside, but we can now open it. And I think it's good if we again try to approach them from above. So let's do that. How did we do that? I don't even remember. Come on, bro. Oh man, that's so annoying. Yeah, now I have to reload it. I was spotted. And we were already spotted too often. By the way, that's also something. The graphics load really slow. I think maybe it has to do with my old ass hard drive, which is also uploading now. There's another thing in the loading screens. I think it's better if I try to avoid talking in them, because that is what I told the audio cutting out over there. And maybe it's just a game thing, or I have no idea. But it is actually really missing words, so it's just only confusing is if when I'm speaking out a sentence and only half of the words are audible. So yeah, I will. It's hard for me to be silent in those, but yeah, maybe it's more consistent. And hopefully, me having set the frequency between the playback device and the recording device at the same amount of hertz, 48,000, maybe that will help out. So actually I will just, in this video, I will just continue talking in the loading screen, and as a test to see whether the cutting out has been resolved. But I actually doubt it. I think it's just something of the game itself, unfortunately. Oh, that is the wrong one. But we can actually use it. See where the dude is. That dude, we can... Oh, there are still two. God damn. Who is then the other? There's also a red one lying below. Ah, now I remember the red one lying below. It's not one that came in between that I... Because I actually didn't want to kill anyone that I hadn't yet had killed since where I left off this the last part that actually worked. So I did not do that. Sorry, I really have like this flu. The red one that was already lying there was the guard that was down below sitting on the chair. The very first one, even before we let Jacoby fall through the hatch, we had to take out the guy who was sitting there. That makes this actually a bit more complicated, because they are in each other's line of sight. How I tackled it last time, I went up there and I just jumped one of them, but then it was only one. Now we have two to deal with. So let's see what we can do about that. Maybe we can draw one in. God damn it. No. Drawing one in is maybe also not the way, but yeah, damn. I wasn't expecting this. Because the other one is looking right at him, I think. Let's check. Yeah, this is shitty. What is wisdom? And probably if I stand beside them and I just lure them with hitting the sword against the wall or something, then most likely they will both come instead of only one. God damn it, I thought it was improving, but it's not. Okay, this apartment building, oh yeah, this is maybe a way I could lure him. Let's try that. This apartment building looks like maybe a whole side apartment is here, but it's not. It's just simply a way to get easily upstairs. All the doors are locked in it. Here. I'm here.
Who's that?
Okay, did that count as spotting? No, we still have one spotting. That's good. So this is actually good. The only thing is, where do we hide ourselves? Because maybe where we are now is a bit too far to quickly get to him and choke the air out of his lungs. Let's see. Is he coming? Not really. Or he is just super slow. Yeah, that guy is not coming anymore. Just to be sure. Don't want to have to wait again. God damn it, man. Okay, here we go. No more kidding around. This is more easy than displacing on the pipe, because that displace on the pipe is not really consistent. One point it does snap to it, but the other time it doesn't. Hey, I didn't knew this. Oh man. I totally missed this room the first time around, so that's actually a good thing. I thought there was nothing here, but there is. Check it out.
I told her it was the wrong type of oil. They don't want to listen to me. Next time, I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
Locked from the inside. What is locked from the inside? Is my game crapping out? Locked from the inside. What? I don't see anything locked from the inside, to be honest. I don't even see a lock where you can lock it from the inside. Like a metallic beamy. This is so cool. Locked from the inside, okay. Anyway, hey, we can also, is there also... no, you cannot get in there. But we can get back to them from here. So that's good. But also let's see...
Another day like yesterday, and I think I'll give it up for good. Better off in a void than another day like that.
There's actually not that much here. Except for... a room with big chandeliers. A really weird room. A zirconian cayman. And a very nice fish. Okay, I hope my computer is not crapping out, because it's locked from the inside. if it was up to me, it may have been removed already. Okay, but we do have this one, and I think maybe if you throw this, that it actually also is knocking people out, because it's that heavy liquor. So we could try that. I had this like new ability that I could throw farther. Let's check it out. No. Holy smack, that guy was quick on his feet and sprinting away. No. Okay, that didn't work. And here we go.
I'll stick around here.
Huh? Why are they still in an alert state? Or aren't they? No. But they are way too close together. Because I can easily take them out, I guess. With one with the gun, the other with melee.
The wrong type of oil.
But the problem is,
Next time,
I would like to have not that many spots being spotted.
work me until I drop. There ain't enough coins in the world to make it worth it.
Okay, what we can try. We have to lure a dude there. This will really small chance that only one of them will come, but we can try it.
Probably sounded like broken glass. I'll be right back.
Turn around, other one. Whoa, that went pretty cool.
I wonder who that was.
That was lunch, and I'm a filthy blood fly. And that's all I'm gonna say about it.
Damn, where is he? We're talking circles. We're walking in circles. Oops. Nope, that didn't work out. Something went wrong. He's got a sneak peek at me, but the plan itself, it's pretty solid. Only one comes checking out. Man, if my screen goes black for a sec. If my screen goes black for a sec, I'm repeating because probably it got cut out again, the audio in the loading screen. But then, now they are separating. Then I'm really freaking out if it just goes black for like a little while.
Let's see. What was it?
What are they doing now? That's so annoying. Yeah, that's the problem. They are... This is actually a good thing. But I'm totally freaking out, and also my PC now, they somehow in the new load they kept their alert status. Well, that I don't think should be the case, because it's like a resetting of all the alert states, you would think. Anyways, he did get it inside, and that I splitting up. is of course what we like. So we actually... Here, this is really good. Thank you. So it is a bit due to a bug of the computer, because they shouldn't have been separating and being in this alert state or investigative state or whatever you call it. But I don't mind, because it makes it all that much easier. And actually what is also funny is that the lumber guy or the carpenter, he couldn't care less what happens. Ah, there he is.
What now? Did someone hear some thunder or something? Honestly, people jump at the littlest things.
Okay, this is not too smart what I'm doing now. So let's get back upstairs. Get him from there, because taking one down from there, it's super easy. Or pretty easy. No.
Maybe it's not.
So,
Next time, I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
I am not sure whether I already took the bone charm. I think I did, so there's nothing more here. Let's for good measure take out this dude. Actually, there's no need for it, but you never know. Maybe he is a wannabe guard. And we don't like the guards. And we even don't like wannabe guards. So now the level is clean, so that's good. Let's check. I thought maybe this was... Sometimes those posters are like that one that was flickering. It's like a graphical glitch. First I was like, okay, is it a collectible poster or anything? I don't think it is, but...
I never cared much for his songs.
This one does give like yeah, it does have a voice entry. For the rest, I really don't think there's anything else here to be had. So actually, there was no use whatsoever in yeah, removing all these guys. But yeah, it's just a bit for completion's sake. The important thing we have here is the key of Jacoby's house. And we are going there right now. One second, and it is 4 minutes before 11, and we have 6 minutes left before having to save the recording. Let's just adhere to that. Now, sometimes I want to save just when a big moment in game happens, like when you finish a good section or anything. But that's really not the way. You just really have to abide by whatever, regardless what happens in game. Just abide by a time interval regarding saving, instead of yeah, just doing it by feeling. And okay, I will do the 20 more minutes gameplay. 20 more minutes. Half an hour more, and then before you know it, you will lose out on like this major chunks that you have to replay. Stealthy Manor. Okay, if I knew what the relevance was of that, I would tell you. But I do not. Nothing here. What's this? Sensation, the amazing new taste. Resina rosewater jelly. Very good. Nothing much in here. except for a bit, yeah, some guards hanging around playing dice, something like that. All right, let's book it to Mr. Jacoby's, Ivan Jacoby's office, because I will just show you for completion's sake. This is where the cart accident occurred, and this Ivan Jacoby, Administrator, Division of Bridges, Roads and Cemeteries. And this is his building, and his apartment is here to the right. City Administrator Ivan Jacoby. There's nothing else we can see here besides, yeah, like this thing. This is the Reaching Light Grand Palace. Then we have like the Dining Room Grand Palace with, I think, I forgot her name. Emily Coldwin or Jessamine Coldwin. I think it's like the Empress. This is the palace. And the door opens, so that's good. This is Mr. Jacoby. This is a guy I think I remember from the first Dishonored guy, maybe the main antagonist. I don't exactly remember, it's been 2 years ago or so, maybe even longer. But he has a known face. This was like a weird way of, I noticed, of hanging your paintings with one single line. And that's new for me, that way. Learning moments. This is Mr. Jacoby's house. Dust storm coming. I commented on the fact that my recent playthrough to, of which I only recorded one section yet, the most difficult section I played in like years, of Gears of War 4, they also had like storms, but not actually dust storms, it were more electrical storms. But meteorological events are a pretty big part of that game. For Gears of War 4, really cool. This is, we already saw it, dilapidated apartments, man in window, super freaky. Let's see if we can even zoom in more. Check out his anguished expression, very sad. This is ruined streets in Karnaca, and why are they ruined? I think by the roots of those trees. It doesn't really look like a war or anything. It's more like weathered. It's just like not maintained. So I don't know if they are really ruined. It's more like dilapidated also. And this is the Moth King, of course. It are really beautiful pieces of paintings, pieces of art. The only thing what's a bit unfortunate, but what can you do? It's logical. Is that they are reused throughout the game a bit too much. Like the Moth King. I've seen this painting now in 4 or 5 locations, or something like that, and then it loses a bit its charm. This one is actually relatively new. These are the grey ones, gather, and this guy is fucked. If you check out what is lurking in from behind, from above. Let's eat our daily fruit. And let's get what we are here for. We have to, this is what we already read, I hope, because I'm not going to read it again. This is the drafts that the guy Ivan damn, I forgot his name, but the guys whose apartment we are in now, his drafts for the speech he's preparing for. And it are only some notes, so not that interesting. This...
That must be the knife.
is
Dowd was right.
The twin-bladed knife. This is actually exactly the same painting that we also saw in Sean Yoon's apartment, where we were there. There was actually something else. Oh yeah, and we do have to read this book. Let's do that. For me, the second time. Okay, now I have to save the recording. 1 second. And that's one recording saved. Let's continue. Oh, 1 sec. I have to put the timer again. Because screw that if it crashes again. Here we go. Treatise on the physical existence of that foreign realm. Excerpt. Whispers from the Void by Barnoli Mulani number 4. If the difficulties of reaching the void are neither practical nor moral, then we must reflect upon the ethical. If the void is only presented to those at the threshold of death, then one must glean that death is required in order to breach whatever barrier stands between our world and that world of unfathomable legend. I am not suggesting we begin some heretical practice of human sacrifice, but consider this. There are people within our society who have made it their purpose in life to trouble the hardworking citizens of the empire through sloth, thievery and murder. The execrable persons are not fit to live among us. With the cooperation of the Abbey of the Everyman and the Academy of Natural Philosophy, a device might be constructed to trap these social vermin at a point of fatal pain, so that the void might be properly accessed and studied. Morbid experiments to be sure, but necessary for the criminals who live within our walls to be turned to a grander purpose. Here, they might be of use at their moment of death, as they never were in their life. This is but my own modest proposal. Mr. Barnoli Mulani is a pretty big Nazi, because this is like some kind of Nazi medical experiment he's doing here, and that's pretty bad. By the way, learning moment. In the third paragraph from below, the last sentence, it says, through sloth, thievery and murder. And I forgot what sloth was. I do remember it was one of the sins, I think, in the horror movie with Brad Pitt, 7. But I looked it up, and it's like a laziness, I think. And I find it, so that's good to know, but a bit weird that it's in the same row as thievery and murder, because sloth, yeah, actually to me she sounds like a less heavy thing to exert, like being lazy, compared to thievery or even murder. But yeah, sloth, apparently they really are bugged by it. In Karnaca. Okay, of course the key. And this is the same letter that we also found in Sean Yoon's apartment. Dear sir, we are pleased to inform you that the personal box registered with the Yoon Jacobi joint account has been fitted with new locks as part of our routine annual security updates. You will each receive a new key to this box located in our private vault. Both keys are required to access it. Please contact me with any questions. Your servant, Lucretia Morito. A handwritten note is scrawled across the bottom of the letter. I oversaw the update personally and kept prying eyes away from our prize. Don't worry, there's no safer place in Karnaca for such a unique treasure. May the Eye watch over it. Dolores. And
It has to be the knife. It's in a bank vault. Just my luck. Looks like I need to find that second key.
Yeah, but we already found it, so that's yeah, no need for that anymore. There was this signed by Dolores in the letter, and I was like, okay, who the hell is Dolores? Actually, if you see our objective is now leave Upper Syria, go to the return to Dot. Ah, okay, we are not even required now to get back to the bank immediately, or get to the bank immediately to get the knife. We first have to get back to Dot, which is fine by me. We can use the skiff, But anyways, I was like, who is that Dolores woman? And if you read it, the mission item. This is the key we just obtained. The politician's key to the eyeless safe at Dolores Michaels Deposit and Loan Bank. So Dolores is actually the bank owner or manager or CEO or whatever you want to call it, because it's the name of the bank is the Dolores Michaels Deposit and Loan Bank. Let's check our new stuff. This is the letter we just read. That's what we read. Oh, and then we have lore. Whispers from the Void, the Nazi Mulani, who is proposing to have like minor criminals be used in their experiments to access the Void, probably fatal experiments. Some monies never hurt anyone. Ah, I forgot about that one in the previous run through that crashed. So that it looked like some ivory thing. And also it looked like pretty valuable, so that's good. Each a piece of the void. Each of us carries the void inside our bodies. It churns just beneath the surface of our consciousness. It yearns for our contact, our fears, our desires. This truth is only a portion of what the eye allows us to see. One day such knowledge may be yours. Keep this piece of the void as a promise, not just of your potential, but of your power, of our power. When you are permitted to join us here, you will see the void in its unfathomable mystery. Then this token will no longer satisfy you. I seem to remember that an exactly similar letter was in Sean Yoon's apartment. And this one we also saw, the freaky owl, we saw that earlier. So we have everything that we came for. Our next objective is to return to Dodge. But before doing so, I will show you the scraps of paper on the street near the taxidermist. And let's see if she's still alive, because that would be really good. Because we want to actually, if there is still a little mission attached to her, like with the contract in the bank, then yeah, that would be good if she's still alive. By the way, I also have some good news regarding technical aspects of my channel. So the computer crashes intermittently, not that often, but yeah, even one crash if it's a long recording, it's super annoying. Then we have the audio sync issues, which I hope either maybe just related to this specific game. What the hell? Because in Quantum Break I don't think there were any, so it might be that, or it may be the frequency, which was not equal between the playback and the recording device. So that is two negatives, but one positive note on the technical aspects of the channel is that I'm now recording and editing and uploading 60 FPS. So you'll have high definition, not ultra high, that's a bit too much for my poor old hard drive. But it's 1080p, but at 60 FPS, so that is, yeah, I must say it looks much more fluent. So that's good. Here you see the name. So actually the taxidermist is Brossenar. I thought we read those scraps of the cries for help in the basement prison, and that's actually I think also what is the case. But according to the notes to the lore, they were actually oh no, it's over here. Mission clues. A cry for help. Someone in the upper district appears to be in grave danger. You found their frantic notes in the streets. According to this, we found them in the streets. So I was like, I found them down below, not in the streets. But that's of course the person here who was trapped threw them out onto the street. The only thing that I don't get is why would you throw out pieces of paper on the street Why not simply yell to any passers-by like, hey, I'm being held against my will here, and the crazy lady wants to feed me or wants to use my living body as a hatching cocoon for the blood fly that she is growing. I think if he or she would yell that out, that help may be coming even sooner than doing it in a little scrap of paper like this one, because this is one of the scraps of paper. No escape, the others are dead now. They watch with glassy eyes as flies feast on their corpses. Soon it will be my turn. And this is another one. The buzzing, the void curse buzzing. If I don't perish in this subterranean prison, I'll go mad from the incessant noise of their wings. And for the record, help, locked in the taxidermy shop in a storage basement. She's going to kill me. Trapped in cellar, no way out, save me. Please, I don't want to die like this. Kill Brosenar, free us from this pit, hurry. So Brosenar is indeed the taxidermy lady. The shop itself is called Brosenar and she's heading it. So there's no other possibility almost. Trapped in cellar, no way out, save me. No escape, the others are dead now. Okay, we already read that one. So it's actually really cool that it's also in the streets. So I don't think I stumbled upon them while walking here. I thought it were just maybe leaves or something, or I didn't even notice them at all. But it's pretty cool, because if you would have stumbled upon them, that really gives a sign like, oh shit, something freaky is going on in here. Let's check if she is still alive. Yes, she is. So she is deeply ashamed of her misdeeds. Anyways, that's not our problem. This is a collectible, but I think we already got it. I hope. Yes. We are going to go back to Dot, and after that we're going to continue with the main objective. Or actually, now I'm doubting. We have to get back to the bank, but I doubt whether if we now return to Dot, leave Apotheria, then probably if we do that, there's a really big chance that we will all these side contracts, that simply the level ends, and that's not what we want, because we want to have a full completion. So I think we cannot leave yet. We first have to complete this contract, so we have to go to the bank anyways. I don't think that if we now go to Dot and we return to the bank, that those same side contracts are still there. It might be, it could well be, but I don't want to take the chance of foregoing that last contract. So we are heading to the bank, which is right about behind there, if I'm not mistaken. So we have to jump up. I will do that in the next video. I'm gonna cut this one off here. I think it's a good moment. And let's save it. By the way, pretty funny name of this level. Normally when you try to get terrorists or criminals, they say like follow the money trail. And now this level is called Follow the Ink, because of the tattoos that all the eyeless gang members have. This is a good moment to cut it short, like in between contracts. I will immediately continue it after I stop this one, but it will be in a new part of the YouTube uploads. Hope to see you there for sure. In the meantime, guys, as always, keep on gaming. See you later.